Geraldine. Today, I will discuss the lessons for this week, so please watch the whole video.
The lesson for this week in Civics 2 is about our bountiful land. The Philippines is one of the richest countries in the world. We have fertile soil on which we grow rice, corn, coconut, hemp, and other agricultural products. We also have rich natural resources from our forests, mountains, rivers, lakes, and seas. Different kinds of wood such as nara, mahogany, molave, and yakal are found in our forests. Aside from the trees and plants, there are also many animals in the forests. Food like tuna, mackerel, crab, lobster, and shrimp are found in rivers and seas. Our mountains have abundant deposits of gold, silver, copper, and other valuable minerals. Today, many of the country's seas and rivers are badly polluted. Many mountains are bare because of too much logging. We must be careful in the way we use our natural resources. We must protect our environment for the benefit of the Filipino people for many years to come. The wealth we obtain from our natural resources must also be fairly shared among all Filipinos. We must learn to love and respect each other. Forest resources. The Philippines used to have one of the largest forest reserves in Asia. Now, our forest reserves are decreasing or getting lesser because people are cutting more trees than they are planting. In our forests, grow more than 3,800 species of tree like apitong, lauwan, nara, and yakal. There are about 10,000 species of plants and ferns living in these forests. Millions of flowers bloom the whole year round. The nara tree is the most famous of all trees. It is often called the queen of Philippine trees. It is a tall tree with a big trunk. It is famous for its high-quality wood. The Philippine government and its citizens must help to protect the nara so that this beautiful tree will not disappear. Philippine forests also shelter more than 750 species of birds like the kalaw, tipol, and limbas. Next, mineral resources. Our mountains contain rich deposits of gold, silver, copper, nickel, iron, chromite, lead, coal, cement, asphalt, asbestos, marble, salt, and many more minerals. The Philippines has one of the biggest gold deposits in Asia. Long before the Spaniards came to the Philippines, our ancestors were already mining gold in the mountains of northern Luzon, Camarines Norte, Masbate, and Mindanao. Copper mining has also been practiced by the people of Cordillera since pre-Spanish times. Maniacan, the oldest and largest copper mine in the Philippines in those days, still exists today. The largest deposit of nickel is in Nonoc Isle off the coast of northern Mindanao. The bigger deposit of high-quality chromite in the world is also found in Masinloc, Zambales. There are huge deposits of marble in Mindoro, Romblon, Palawan, Bicol, and Cebu. Next, marine resources. The Philippines' seas, rivers, and lakes used to be full of many kinds of fish, seaweeds, crabs, turtles, corals, shells, pearls, and other forms of marine life. However, pollution has damaged these marine resources. Some fisherfolk have also used dynamite in fishing, and they also have harvested corals and turtles. These activities eventually disturb and destroy our marine life. Everybody should take responsibility in protecting our rich marine resources. There are more than 2,000 kinds of fish swimming in Philippine waters. The largest fish in the world, the whale shark or butanding, comes to the waters of the Philippines to feed. Tourists come to Dansol, Sorsogon to see these gentle sharks up close. There are also about 10,000 species of shells in Philippine waters. Both the world's largest and smallest shells are found in the Philippines. The largest shell, the Tridacna gigas, is about 1 meter long and weighs about 600 pounds. The smallest shell, the Pisidium, is less than 1 millimeter long. The rarest and most expensive shell, known as the Glory of the Sea, is also found in the Philippines. The Turtle Islands in the Sulu Sea is where we can find one of the largest places where sea turtles lay their eggs. Asia's richest pearl beds are also found in the seas of Palawan and Sulu. Now let's proceed to the present condition of our natural resources. Have you ever experienced brownouts? Have you ever felt heat waves during dry season? Have you ever experienced the low water supply, especially in Metro Manila? Why do you think these problems occur? In the 1950s, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, reported that 3/4 of our archipelago was covered with forests. Today, 1/4 of the Philippines is wooded and only a tiny portion has virgin forest. There are also millions of hectares of loose soil in the mountains. When the trees are gone, the land in the mountains became dusty and dry. When the rains come, the water easily washes the soil downstream. Too much cutting of trees for lumber destroys our forest cover. If we do not reforest fast enough, we will experience flood and drought. If we continue to lose our trees, we will suffer extended dry seasons and serious droughts. Our natural forests should be preserved because they are the home of thousands of plant species which are a source of food and medicines for us. Pollution is another problem. Waste products from factories pollute rivers, lakes, seas, air, and land. Some people also throw their garbage into canals and rivers. Our rivers are so polluted that some of them are already considered dead. Have you seen the Pasig River, Manila Bay, Laguna de Bay? Have you seen the dirty objects floating in rivers and lakes? These garbage, as well as the waste coming from the nearby factories, have contaminated our rivers and lakes. Thus, we have the dreaded red tide, a condition which poisons some marine life and makes them unfit for eating. When there is a red tide, people are very careful about eating seafood, as some people have died from eating contaminated shellfish and clams. This situation eventually affects the livelihood of many fisher folk, especially those in the oyster business.
So that's all for this week's lesson. Again, this is Teacher Jack.